thread gathered around concepts, lessons, and themes. It is a collection of my memories. On every page, I have strived to tell the truth. Preface. I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling block in his stride toward freedom is not the white citizen's counselor or the Ku Klux Klanner, but the white moderate. Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., letter from a Birmingham jail. This is a conversion story. A story of baptism into new life. This is the story of how God transformed a white girl from the suburbs of Des Moines, Iowa, to an Assata Shakur-reading, courthouse-occupying abolitionist with an arrest record who is hungry for the revolution. This is not a book about how to be anti-racist. Not exactly, although it does include some lessons I've learned. I'm not an expert in anti-racism. I don't think any white person can be, but even if there are experts, I am not one of them. What I am is a mother of Black children with a visceral, vested interest in our collective liberation. I don't believe anti-racist is a destination we can fully arrive at, a mystical place where we're perfectly free from our white supremacist indoctrination. But even if I did believe that, I am not there. I'm a person who's learned a lot, but I am still learning. All credit for any lessons I've learned should go to Black women, femmes, non-binary people, and mages, people of marginalized genders, who taught me. If you're looking for a book about how to be anti-racist, there are many Black authors and other people of color that you should read first. You should pick up works by Austin Channing Brown, Ijoma Oluo, and Brittany Cooper. This is not a book on the history of our criminal justice system or the details of the abolitionist movement. You should read the works of Michelle Alexander, Angela Davis, Ruth Wilson Gilmore, and Mariama Kaba for that. I'm not an expert in Black theology. For that, you should invest in books by James Cone, Katie Cannon, Kelly Brown Douglas, and Dolores Williams. Racism affects various groups of people of color in different ways. While this book at times talks about white supremacy and racism more broadly, it mostly focuses on the phenomenon of anti-Blackness in particular because of the way it relates to my family and story. This is not a complete and total account of the Ferguson Uprising in Missouri. No book could do that. This is not even a complete and total account of my own small story within the uprising. There are some things that can't be put into words. This book is me making sense of my story within a wider movement. I hope you can tell that I feel tension about even writing this book. Anti-racism is full of messy choices. I went back and forth about whether or not it was the right thing to do. This is my story, which means it centers me, a white woman, in a historic uprising for Black liberation. I don't want to cast myself as a hero or a victim. I want to invite my white siblings into the risky work of the rededication of our lives and souls. I want us all to join together in dismantling white supremacy for the sake of the gospel and for our collective liberation. I know that white people tend to listen better to other white people. And, at the same time, white people take up too much space in anti-racist movements. When I talked to Pastor Lenny Duncan, author of Dear Church, a love letter from a Black preacher to the whitest denomination in the U.S., about this tension, he said to me, "Yes, write as if that is true." In some ways, this book is a memoir. In other ways, it is a theological reflection of an event, a flash.